Hi, I'm Flloyd Kennedy. Welcome to Being in Voice. I thought I'd have a chat with you this time instead of just scribbling stuff down. Introduce myself properly to you and tell you some of the reasons why I think it's important to work on your voice, why being in your voice is actually a good thing to be. It's a good place to be. First off, let's just think about what the voice actually is. The sound of voice is actually formed. What is it that we do when we speak? Well, it starts with something deep inside us, a need to express something, or to share something, or just to get something out. And it begins with that impulse, which then takes the breath that's in our bodies, all ready and waiting to go, and it stimulates that breath in such a way that it makes our vocal folds vibrate and sound waves are set in motion, vibrations flow through our bodies, and we shape those sounds into words, conventions that other people can understand, or if we don't want someone to understand us, we might just go blah, and there we go. We've made a noise, but we've made it something deep inside ourselves has now become something that is also outside of ourselves. And the thing to remember is it never stops being part of what we are. Your sound is not something that you let go of and then you have nothing to do with it. You're the person who created it. It's always got something of you in it, because that sound that comes out is the sound of you in that moment. Now that's the trick, that's the secret as to why it's so important for actors, performers, and in fact anyone who uses their voice for public speaking to actually work on their voices, because although we've all got voices, those of us who have voices, that is, and we all use them with greater or lesser degree of effectiveness and efficiency throughout our lives, our voices are no different from the rest of our bodies in that if we use them professionally, we actually need to take care of them, and we can always use them better. And that's the beauty of it. There's always somewhere else you can go with your voice. Just the same way that if you're an athlete and you want to be able to run faster or jump higher or longer, so it is with your voice. If you want to communicate bigger, deeper, more powerful, more complex thoughts, then you want a voice that's going to be able to actually carry that complexity and carry it with what we're starting to call authenticity. Now, truth and authenticity in the voice have got a pretty bad rap over the last few decades, largely because with the advent of advertising, let's put it right out there, it became, as we became more sophisticated and we began to understand what the advertisers were doing, and we began to apply what they were doing to what our politicians were doing, etc., etc., we began to realize that it's very easy for people to manipulate the way they sound, and hence to be able to manipulate us. And we've become very, very cynical about people who use words, language, and their voices to try and manipulate us. So what I'm proposing is that we take a good hard look at the fact that that is possible, and we take a good hard look at ourselves, and we say, what do I want to do with my voice? Do I want to manipulate you into thinking something you wouldn't otherwise think? Or do I want to share some thoughts and ideas with you so that you can make up your own mind? Now, when I talk about authentic voice, I'm talking about the voice that's sharing who you really are, not the voice that's pretending to be something you're not. The voice that's pretending to be something you're not is always detectable as such. If you've got a message and you want to get it across, then you have to be the person who actually believes in that message at the time that you're saying it. And that takes quite a lot of commitment and quite a lot of training. So I'll just leave you with that thought for now. See you next time.